tov, konbanwa, good evening. Each year, for almost 30 years now, the Israeli-Japan Chambers of Commerce has held ceremony honoring outstanding exports to and imports from Japan.
This evening is really very, very special. We are celebrating 70 years of diplomatic relationship between Israel and Japan. I met Japanese companies and businessmen eager and enthusiastic to do business with Israel.
We appreciate your investments and wish you to use this opportunity to elaborate our bilateral relations. We hope to really at least to double our economic trade between two countries.
Now is the time the business communities in Japan and Israel could fly higher, not only to the previous level, but also to a much higher altitude through mutual cooperation. The volume of Japanese investment last year has reached nearly 3 billion, which is about as 3 times as that of the year before.
The impressive growth in our economic relations is owed first and foremost to you, companies and business persons from both sides, who invest time, resources and efforts in order to create new things together. As we celebrate 70 years of relations, I look forward to the future and to opening a new chapter in our ties in which we will boost our cooperation to new heights.
2021 was a record-breaking year in the relationship between Israel and Japan, commercial relationship, which we're nearing $3 billion in trade, but more of that. And this is more important. It's not only trade, it's investment of Japanese bodies in Israel. I think this shows more the appreciation of the Japanese in the Israeli economy, and definitely the Israelis appreciate and want to do more and exporting more to Japan.
Everybody was speaking, in a national general, but I want to speak on a personal note. A couple of weeks ago, we spoke with our children. Next year, we have a bat mitzvah, and following after that, we have a bar mitzvah because I also have twins. And my son, Asaf, asked to go to Japan. And I said to myself, that is something that we did, that 30, 40 years ago was not, it wasn't real to dream about Japan.
After 2 years of COVID pandemic, we are honored to resume the tradition of granting the awards of excellence in the fields of commercial and cultural relationships between Japan and Israel. The recipients of the awards of excellence for this year are KLA Tencore Corporation in the field of high-tech semiconductors, Liquidity Capital MC Ltd for excellency in financial investments, BTG in the field of biotechnology and life science, Top Seed International for the startup in food tech, Nexar for startup in automotive insurance, Zahavi Atzmon in the field of consumer products, the importation of Toto to Israel, Tel Aviv Museum for excellency in promoting Japanese culture in Israel by bringing Yaoki Kusama's exhibition to Israel.
Culture is another vehicle of connecting countries, and cultural diplomacy is an important asset in these days.
Japanese people are anxious to explore Israel. They are very smart people. They respect us. And as long as we know how to respect them back, the opportunities are endless.